KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 4, and we're looking live here across the state where it's nice and toasty this afternoon. In fact, seeing those low 90s towards Williston and Dickinson and Bismarck getting in on the action, and Minot not too far behind. And if you think this is hot, tomorrow will be even hotter for a lot of the region as well. And right now seeing some more of those 82s and 81s back towards the far east, but not quite as hot for our friends in Rugby and Harvey and towards Medina. But again, seeing a few 90s towards Garrison and Hazen and Flasher getting on the action as well, and a lot hotter out towards the far west, seeing a 93 in Beach, 98 leading the pack right now in Wolf Points. I'd expect you to hit 100 before the day is finished today. And as far as the overall pattern is concerned, again, we're in the thick of that heat right now, and it's all thanks to this really strong area of high pressure off towards our east, putting us on the backside of the high, meaning the winds more out of the southeast today, bringing in all of that warmer air from areas down towards our south. And we'll have this again tomorrow, but the good news is this area of low pressure is going to be our best friend in a couple of days, and this trailing cold front right here, as that comes on through during the day on Thursday, will get noticeably cooler as we get into Friday afternoon. And in fact, some areas may not even hit 70 as we get into the beginning stages of the weekends. But again, got to get through tomorrow first, and going to be about 5 to 7 degrees warmer for our friends towards the far east, and seeing more of those mid-90s building into our north central areas. 95 in Kenmare, Minot at 96, and you'll notice those triple digits out towards the west. 100 in Williston for the forecast tomorrow, 103 in Sydney, going to be a scorcher, and we'll also have those dew points and the humidity factor building in tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised to see some heat index values get over 105 before tomorrow is finished. And in fact, we may see 1 or 2 or 3 records broken for daytime highs tomorrow. Bismarck, I don't think you'll get there. The overall record's 102 degrees from about 10 or so years ago. Minot, you're forecasted to tie the record, so we could see a new one there. Williston, 1 degree short. Again, still possible. Much of the same for Dickinson, forecasting you to tie the mark set in 2020 with a high of 98 degrees for tomorrow. But again, the good news, after we get through tomorrow, over the course of Friday, this really sharp cold front going to push on through. Wouldn't be surprised to see a near 20 to 25 degree drop for a lot of the region, and possibly near 30 degrees over the course of the next few days out towards the west. Daytime high is going to be in the 70s as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in fact, some areas overnight lows may be near 40 degrees as we get into our Sunday morning. As far as tomorrow, late night into early on Thursday morning, there's a marginal risk for a severe storm or two, primarily in our north central and northwestern locations. The odds of this, I would say, are really low right now, but should any storms develop and kind of fight through the level of stability that we have, they could become severe. Just kind of watch out for that as we get into probably early on Thursday morning there. Looking at Williston's next 5, tomorrow forecast high exactly at 100. About 20 degrees cooler, but still in the 80s as we get into Thursday. And you see the drop off back to the 70s we go this weekend, and a low of 44 as we approach Sunday morning. And Dickinson's next 5 again tomorrow, obviously the hottest day of the next 5. A forecast high of 98, and then much, much cooler for you as well as we get into the weekends. Here's Minot's next few. Tomorrow 96, about 12 degrees cooler by Thursday, and much of the same for Friday. Just a high of 73. Sunday, a high of 69, and of course overnight lows getting down into the mid 40s for you. And then Bismarck's next 7 tomorrow at 92, upper 80s still lingering for Thursday, and again nice and cool and crisp and in the 40s for Sunday morning, even Monday morning as well of next week.
Can you believe it? We're this close to people saying to themselves again, ooh, I'm a little chilly, I better head back inside.
By Monday morning, they'll be begging for the 90s back because they're like, this 38 degrees is just too, it's probably not going to get that cold, but you know what I mean. It's going to be a big drop off, so people will be missing this, I think, by the time it's gone.
It's too much of a dip. You're supposed to make this more gradual, a very gradual down slope, not 90, 70.
It's just going to be a quick jerk down.
Maybe 90, 80, 80, mid 70, then low 70.
We're going 90s,
supposed to be
70s to 40s.
very gradual. It's supposed to be smoother, Kenny. Well, thank you so much, and stay with us coming up.